Hello everyone. Welcome back. Today, we are tackling a question that floods my inbox every single week. How do I improve my credit score in 30 days? Now, I want to be brutally honest with you right out of the gate. In the world of finance, fast is usually a red flag for a scam. If someone tells you they can erase your bankruptcy in a week, run. But is it possible to see a significant jump, 20, 50, even 100 points in just 1 month? The answer is yes. But you have to understand why 30 days is the magic number. It's not arbitrary. 30 days is roughly the cycle on which banks report your data to the credit bureaus. To win this game, you don't need a magic wand. You need to understand the calendar of the banking system. Today, we're going to move from the basics, things everyone knows, to the deep, tactical strategies that insiders use to manipulate that reporting cycle to their advantage. We're going to look at 3 levers you can pull: utilization, piggybacking, and correction. Grab your notebooks. Let's dive in. Let's start with the biggest lever you can pull immediately: credit utilization. Most of you know the basics. Credit utilization is how much debt you have versus your credit limit. If you have a $1,000 limit and you spend $500, your utilization is 50%. The standard advice you hear online is pay your bills on time. That's great advice for the long term, but for a 30-day sprint, it's useless. Why? Because payment history takes months to build. Utilization, however, has no memory. The moment a new, lower balance is reported, your score updates instantly. But here is where most people fail. They pay the right amount at the wrong time. Let me give you a case study. The tale of 2 borrowers. Imagine we have 2 students, Alex and Ben. Both have a credit card with a $1,000 limit. Both maxed it out to buy a laptop, $1,000 balance. Both have the cash to pay it off. Alex waits for his bill to arrive in the mail. The bill says due date, the 15th. Alex pays the full $1,000 on the 14th. He's responsible, right? Ben logs in online and checks his statement closing date, which is the 10th. He pays the full $1,000 on the 8th, 2 days before the statement closes. Fast forward to the next month. Alex's credit score drops. Ben's credit score skyrockets. Why? Because the credit card company took a snapshot of their accounts on the statement closing date, the 10th. When they took Ben's picture, his balance was $0. He looks like a responsible, low-risk borrower. When they took Alex's picture, he still owed $1,000 because he hadn't paid it yet. The bank reported him as maxed out to the credit bureau. Even though Alex paid it off a few days later, the damage was already done. The bureau won't see that payment for another 30 days. The strategy: if you want a score boost this month, you must use the AZEO method, all 0 except 1. Log into every credit card portal. Find a statement closing date, not the due date. Pay down your balance to 1 to 3%, not 0%, just a tiny amount like $10, 3 days before that closing date. Why not 0%? Because sometimes, if every single card reports $0, the algorithm thinks you aren't using credit at all, which can cause a small stagnation. Leaving $10 on one card shows activity, but keeps utilization near perfect. If you were sitting at 90% utilization and you drop it to 3% using this timing hack, I have seen scores jump 30 to 50 points overnight once that report hits. Now, what if you don't have cash to pay down debt? What if your problem isn't high debt, but thin file syndrome, meaning you just don't have enough history? This brings us to strategy number 2, authorized user piggybacking. This is the fastest legal way to import good history onto your report. When you are added as an authorized user on someone else's credit card, the entire history of that card, the age, the limit, the payment history, gets copy-pasted onto your credit report. Let's look at a scenario. Meet Sarah. Sarah is 22. She has a credit score of 580 because she missed a phone bill payment and has only had a credit card for 6 months. She wants to buy a car next month. Sarah calls her Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike is financially obsessed. He has had the same American Express card for 20 years. He has a $20,000 limit on it, and he never carries a balance. If Uncle Mike adds Sarah as an authorized user, he does not need to give her the physical card. She can't spend his money. Within 30 days, usually the next billing cycle, that 20-year-old account appears on Sarah's report. Suddenly, the algorithm looks at Sarah and says, wow, she has access to $20,000 and has a 20-year relationship with Amex. Her average age of credit might jump from 6 months to 10 years. Her total credit limit skyrockets, which crushes her utilization ratio. The warning, this is a double-edged sword. If Uncle Mike maxes out that card or misses a payment, that negative info also copies to Sarah's report. You must choose a host who is impeccable. For the 30-day goal, ask the person adding you to call their bank and ask, when do you report to the bureaus? If they report on the 20th, and today is the 1st, you're golden. You'll see the boost in 3 weeks. We've covered paying down debt and borrowing history. Now, let's talk about cleaning the mess. A Federal Trade Commission study found that 1 in 5 people have an error on their credit report. That means in a classroom of 30 students, 6 of you have a score that is lower than it should be, purely due to a mistake. For a 30-day turnaround, you are looking for low-hanging fruit errors. You don't have time to fight a complex identity theft case. You're looking for zombie debts, accounts that are marked open with a balance, but you paid them off / closed them years ago. Duplicate accounts, the same loan listed twice. Mixed files, a debt belonging to John A. Smith appearing on John B. Smith's report. The tactical step, go to annualcreditreport.com. It's free. Pull all 3 reports, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. Scan them specifically for negative items that are factually wrong. If you find one, file an online dispute immediately. By law, they generally have 30 days to investigate. Here is the secret. If the creditor, the bank, doesn't bother to respond to the Bureau's inquiry within that window because the debt is old or small, the Bureau must delete it. When a negative item vanishes, the score recovery is instant. The Experian Boost shortcut. If your report is clean but just empty, use tools like Experian Boost. Normally, paying your Netflix, phone bill, or electricity doesn't help your credit score. These tools link to your bank account, scan for those payments, and force them onto your report. Why include this? Because it works in real time. You connect the bank account, it finds the payments, and your score updates within minutes. It might only be 10 to 15 points, but if you are at a 660 trying to get to a 680 for a mortgage approval, those 20 points are everything. One final tactic before we wrap up. I call this the Hail Mary. If you have a legitimate late payment, you actually missed it. You can't dispute it. That's fraud. However, you can write a Goodwill letter. This is a physical letter sent to the CEO or the customer service executive of the bank. You aren't arguing the facts. You're asking for mercy. You say, I have been a loyal customer for 5 years. I had a medical emergency in January which caused me to miss 1 payment. I have since paid it in full and set up auto pay. Would you consider a one-time courtesy adjustment to remove this late mark? Does it work every time? No. Does it work sometimes? Absolutely. And if it does, it can save you 50 to 100 points. To recap your 30-day blueprint, the math, pay balances to less than 3% before the statement closing date. The piggyback, get added as an authorized user on an old, perfect account. The cleanup, dispute factual errors and use utility boosting tools. Improving your credit score is not about being rich. It's about being organized. Treat your credit report like a report card that you can edit if you know the rules. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.